Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of SHEQUELS. I'm your host, Robin Ammenhauser, and I'm currently hosting a sleepover party with my best gal pals, together rocking the polka dot PJs and the fuzzy bunny slippers. Please welcome El Snow and Maggie Roche.
Woo! Woo! Hi.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I got face masks, and we're going to make some popcorn. It's going to be a good night.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes. It brings me back to the good old days. I figured, this would be the perfect opportunity for a sleepover because, you know what, I heard about EJ and Rory's trip, and I was like, you know what, we should get together, have a little girls' night, get nice and cozy, and, in our nice comfy beds.
Yeah, and who would go out in the woods? It sucks out there. It's like there's bugs, and it's gross.
It is. I know. Can't do it. Not for me.
No, glamping or nothing.
Yep, exactly. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest. I've never been glamping. I think I've only ever been to does it count if it's in a cabin?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, okay. Then I've been glamping. Okay. But anyways, so I figured, instead of roughing it, let's just hang out and do this and talk about some movies.
Yeah.
So,
a nice low-key feel-good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Jennifer's Body. But before we get into that, let's talk about what movies we've seen lately. Elle, have you seen any good movies lately?
I saw Superman.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Freaking loved it.
Yeah.
I saw it too.
I think the last movie that I saw that was like new was Sinners. We went and saw Sinners a couple weeks ago, and that was fabulous. That was amazing.
I need to brave that one.
You do.
I do, yes. Because I want to so bad. I keep hearing so many good things about it, but I'm just like, jump scares and like...
The jump scares are only in like the first scene, and once you get past those, like, you're good. So,
I would categorize it more as like discomfort than like horror as far as like the, violence and stuff like that happening. Like,
it's more about
it's not
building
too bad
tension.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's just stuff that's kind of like, it's not like gory, like, that kind of slasher porn sort of thing. It's not like that. It's just like intense.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of you going like, ooh, okay. All right. That's what we're doing.
Right.
But
it has like a cool Southern Gothic atmosphere too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But the music is phenomenal. It's beautiful to look at, and the acting is just incredible, and the story is I can't even describe it. It's so good.
Awesome. You know what? We'll plan that for the next sleepover.
Yeah,
How
next
about
movie
that?
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Were there any other movies?
I saw Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett.
Nice.
Fun action movie. Really fun. Lots of good choreo. And I feel like they were like, let's write a film where all of my stunt buddies can like just have their best day. Like it seems like almost every major character just has like a ton of fight scenes. So it's real fun to watch. It's just the way it's shot and the way like the fights play out.
Yeah.
Because it's in a confined space. It's on a plane. So I just enjoyed the crap out of it.
I can't stop subconsciously calling it Bullet Plane.
If you've seen Bullet Train, like in that there's like a conflict in a confined space like a train, that is where the similarities end.
Okay. Yep. See, it's their fault. It's fine though. It's a good movie. Well, I know I've also seen Superman twice already. Freaking loved it. How to Train Your Dragon. Also freaking loved it. Saw that 3 times.
Yeah, wow.
I literally have the tattoo on my arm. Like it's in my blood. I have to. No, I really do love it so much. Another one I saw recently was Clueless. It came out in theaters one time.
Oh, the anniversary edition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I dragged John to a special showing of The Secret World of Arietti because they're doing a Studio Ghibli Fest.
Oh, yeah. They're so good, honestly. I would love to see them all in theaters.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've only ever grown up and watched them on TV.
Well, I'm excited for November because they're doing The Boy and the Heron, and I haven't seen that one yet.
That's a good one.
So I want to see it on a big screen.
I haven't seen it on the big screen, but I've seen it, and it is good. I think you'll love it.
Good.
How about you? Have you seen anything good lately?
No, just Sinners. That was the only thing that I've really watched recently.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
fair. That's cool.
Summertime with a toddler is, she's not really a toddler anymore, but she is rambunctious and
Aw.
the days are long. So
Oh, she's so cute though.
she is, and that saves her every day. So we've been watching a lot of Disney movies.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
She's very into The Emperor's New Groove right now,
Oh my god.
which is very fun.
I have a fun fact about that.
Yes.
That's probably one of the very few movies EJ has never seen.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, true story. I keep bugging him all the time. I'm like, you're missing out, man.
Oh
You gotta
my
watch
God,
it.
It's one of my favorites.
It's one of John's favorites too. So like whenever he's driving and I'm passenger princess, he'll be like, Yzma, put your arms in the air.
Well, Artie keeps walking into rooms and going, pull the lever, Kronk.
Yes.
Wrong lever.
Iconic. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. Yeah, but I think that's it. I mean, besides like it, I mean, I don't know if we're counting TV shows as well, but I've been rewatching Castle.
Oh, yeah?
Have you guys seen that one?
I watched the first few seasons and then I kind of fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Something must have been going on in my life and I just wasn't like staying up to date with shows, and then I never got back to it. But my mom watched it religiously.
Nice.
And it, like, I think is still one of her favorite shows ever.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, and I get it, honestly. I used to love it, and then, like, I also randomly stopped, and then I noticed that Nathan Fillion was going to be in Superman, so I was like, oh, you know what? I want to revisit Castle now.
it's just always delightful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to make need to make EJ watch Bodkin on Netflix.
Bodkin.
That's the one with Will Forte where he plays like a podcaster who goes to investigate these disappearances that happened back in the 70s of two people. And then like weird stuff starts happening, so they have to solve the mystery. And
Nice.
it's like, so it's kind of like a whodunit, but also like it's funny, but then it has like some emotional moments. So it's like Will Forte doing the entire range of Will Forte.
Oh, yeah.
So
Honestly,
EJ would love it, and just make him sit down and watch it.
yeah, if Will Forte is involved, I'm sure he either has heard of it or maybe he's seen it. I'm not sure.
I've told him about it several times. He just won't watch it.
Oh,
And I'm
okay,
like,
yeah.
You love Will Forte. Watch it.
God damn it, EJ.
Oh my gosh, that man, I tell you what. I told him when he went on that camping trip with Rory, right, to make sure he packs his toothbrush and some toilet paper and, you know, a spare change of underwear or something. And the only thing he really brought with him was some Reese's Outrageous. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
Like, I mean, in his defense, it is delicious, but, like, that's it. That's all he brought with him.
I mean, well, snacks are pretty vital.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have snacks here at the Slumber Party, so, I mean.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's essential. I love it. And you know what? I feel like maybe now's a good time to start talking about the movie. I don't know, unless any other TV shows or movies you guys have seen.
No, I'm good to get started.
Let's roll.
All right.
Jennifer's body yaddy yaddy.
All right. Here we go. In the beginning, we see the outside of someone's house. All seems calm and quiet. And then we peer in through the window at someone chilling in bed and taking notes on some late night exercise show on the television. #butt squeeze. Suddenly we see Needy, the narrator of the story, is the one who's peering through the bedroom window at her friend Jennifer. But as soon as Jen looks out the window, Needy's disappeared. Needy starts telling her story by going into some of her lifestyle nowadays, describing her popularity at the mental hospital with fan mail and gaining her reputation there as the KICKER kicker.
I love how this sets up Needy as like the psycho stalker killer. Like she's in it's clearly for the mentally unwell, but it is definitely some sort of correctional facility. So like when we meet her, she's the one staring in a window at the teenage girl in the bed. Like if this is a
Right.
slasher movie, we've set up Jennifer as the victim and Needy as the psycho, and then reinforce that by immediately going to the prison. And I like setting that up right from the start to just like set the scene.
Yeah.
And
Really draws you in.
Yeah, I thought that was just such a neat thing for, especially like where the movie then goes. It sort of tells you right off the bat, like, hey, things are going to be intense and you're not going to super know what's happening at any given time.
Right.
I really like that.
I like that the counselor comes up to her to ask, you know, like, hey, are you sure you're eating enough? And she's just like, this is Sparta! Just kicks her. And then spits on her, which is like the extra, like, pièce de résistance.
Oh, yeah, the cherry on top.
But it also immediately sets up this theme that I saw carry throughout the movie of people trying to control her body. Like, she says in her narration that they have this like really strict exercise regimen in the facility,
Right.
and that they use the exercise regimen to try to keep the inmates, the patients, whatever you want to call them, like lethargic and docile. They're trying to tire them out, and they think it makes them easier to control and you know, more well behaved. And then obviously that's not the case for Needy.
No.
And then this counselor comes up, is trying to control what she eats. Eating is also a big theme here. And I just thought that was very interesting, setting that up again with Needy in the beginning, when it's not Needy's body, it's Jennifer's body. But also,
Right.
is it?
One of the things I thought was interesting is in the commentary track, the director Karin said that there's a long history of women in mental health facilities that didn't need to be. So
Oof, yeah.
I like her touching
Oh,
on
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, Needy gives us a quick glimpse of the reason she could be in there, like hallucinations, uncontrollable fits of rage, she kicks, etc. And then we find her in the cafeteria, where one of the nurses comes up to Needy and tries recommending something to eat. But Needy just recommends shutting the fuck up. She kicks the nurse's tooth right out of her mouth and gets herself carried into a holding cell for the night. Then Needy takes us back to where it all first went down. Welcome to Devil's Kettle. Come see what's cooking. We get a quick description of the famous waterfall the town is named after, and its mysterious pool that seems to lead nowhere.
And this is a real place in Minnesota. The
Oh, really?
Devil's Kettle. The waterfall that they use in the film is not the actual waterfall. They went to a different park somewhere.
Yeah.
I forget. I think somewhere in British Columbia, to get a shot of a waterfall. But yeah, the Devil's Kettle is real. It is a sort of a sinkhole that the waterfall just goes into. And for years and years, they didn't know where it went. But like maybe 10 years ago, they did finally discover that it just feeds into a river deep underground and goes back into the water table.
Wow.
So,
Oh my
but the water
gosh.
does seemingly disappear. There is no town named after it, though. That is made up. But yeah, Devil's Kettle is real, and it's in Minnesota.
If I
Very
could
cool.
just like rewind it back a little bit.
Sure.
When she's in the solitary cell,
Yeah.
and she mentions feeling loose around the edges. Like, I really like this line because, like, usually when someone loses control, like, they've gone over the edge, but to her, like, the implication of that line is that, like, the edges become, like, frayed and less tangible.
Ooh.
So, like, she doesn't know where the edge is, so, like, how would she know when she crosses it? Like, kicking a nurse, you know?
Oh, man. All
And I
good
love that,
points.
like, the reason she freaks out in the cell is because of the song, but we don't know the implication, like, the impact of that song yet, because we haven't gotten to that part.
Yeah. Oh, man. I know. Comes full circle, I promise, folks. Anyways, flashback 2 months prior with Jennifer, Needy, and Needy's boyfriend, Chip, at their school pep rally. One of the other students leans over to Needy and accuses Needy of being lesbi gay for Jen. Needy just brushes it off, even though she explains in her story that sandbox love never dies.
I like in the commentary they do mention how there is absolutely a romance between them.
Oh,
and
Oh, yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like highlighting their codependent relationship as friends, where it's like, you know, if you watch throughout the movie, like, Needy watches Jennifer, but Jennifer doesn't watch Needy the same way, you know?
Mhm.
It's like they need different things from each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I like that the character that says that accuses Needy of being lesbian. Later in the movie, we find out that her name is Chastity. And I just thought that was incredibly appropriate. Because there's a scene way later in the movie where she makes some comment to Needy again, and Needy's like, "Shut up, Chastity." And I was like, oh, yes, of course. Of course it would be Chastity who's being lesbophobic.
Afterwards, Jen and Needy meet up at Needy's locker. They exchange cute nicknames for each other like Monostat and Vagisil. And Jennifer begs Needy to ditch Chip and go to see this new goth band tonight with her instead. All while checking herself out in the locker mirror, of course. Classic Jen.
And while they're talking about this, she calls the boys salty, which like we find out is sort of her code word for like, oh, they're really hot.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because, I mean, I don't know. It's been a few years since I've been in high school, but I didn't get it. I don't know.
It was not a thing. I think they were trying to make it a thing.
Well,
Stop trying to make salty happen.
Well, she says salty. She's like talking about the lead singer. She's like, oh, he's super salty. He's mine. But there'll be plenty of salty morsels for you too, Needy. And just like the way that she talks about men and boys, like the people that she's attracted to, she uses a lot of food terms. Again, that theme of eating, of consumption, as affection.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, even like Needy doesn't really participate in that except when she's talking to Jennifer, but her boyfriend is named Chip.
Oh my god.
He's just a little snack.
He's a little snack.
He is a one bite snack.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
And I feel like that's your typical high school boyfriend that's like, this is good for now. It's not filling though.
If we also want to talk briefly about the hierarchy between them all, if you notice, like when you see them in their bedrooms, Chip's bedroom is in a basement.
Yeah.
And then Needy's bedroom is like, Jennifer's is on a first floor, and then Needy's is on a second floor. So you can kind of see the hierarchy between all of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, and the fact that at the pep rally, Chip is in the marching band, so he's playing the drums. So he is like in the center of the band. He is a focal point in the band because he's the drummer. But Needy does not look at him once. She is eyes on Jennifer, who's just standing there twirling a flag, not even like dancing or part of the choreography of the other flag twirlers or anything.
Yeah.
She is just stationary twirling a flag, and Needy is like just gaga over her.
Well,
and I love it.
Well, what she says is, she says, we were our yearbook photos, nothing more, nothing less. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like, his is in the marching band, hers is in flag, and like Needy's not really in them. And so, like, it's like kind of that high school thing where like you're desperate to have a label, to have an identity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, so good. So later on, Needy is home with Chip. She's looking for something to wear, and he's trying to convince her not to go, but it's not working. Jennifer arrives, and they go to meet her downstairs.
Oh, and she knows the second that she's in the house too. Well, like as she's getting dressed, she's narrating her outfit, and it's all in terms of body, because Jennifer tells her to wear something cute. So she's like, okay, there's a science to this. Cute means I have to look good but not too good. I have to be like worthy of standing next to her but not upstaging her. I can show midriff but not cleavage, because tits are her thing, which is a thing throughout the movie. She talks about her tits a lot.
What a good friend.
But like, she's really, and I mean, like, you know, having been teenage girls, I think we all can relate to like standing in front of the mirror and trying to find the perfect way to look like you didn't spend hours agonizing over what you were going to look like.
To look like you're not trying.
Yeah, and putting so much thought into like, is this going to upset somebody? Can I show this part of my body or that part of my body? How do I layer things? Also, like, shout out to the millennial fashion here with the long sleeve t-shirt and then the lace cami over that and then a cardigan on top.
Yep.
That's the look as far as I'm concerned. I want that to come back.
Absolutely.
My comment was, early low-rise jeans.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, and then Chip is complaining about the jeans and telling her, like, I can see your womb, you know, put it away. So, like, even he is policing what she wears. Mm-hmm. She's willingly doing it because Jennifer told her to do it. And she's trying to please Jennifer. But then he tells her, hey, I'm uncomfortable with what you're wearing, which, like, fuck off, Chip.
Yeah, so
but
this
also
scene made me confused about Chip. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how I feel about him. Is he jealous, or is he trying to, like, protect her in his own way?
Yeah, I had the same
So,
feeling.
It's
honestly.
like I wasn't sure the tone they were going for with him in that first scene.
I feel like Chip and most of the men, if not all of the men in the movie, are just kind of like fragile.
Yeah.
Like Chip tells her, "Hey, I'm uncomfortable with what you're wearing to go out without me, specifically to hang out with guys. Like you're Jennifer's wingman. You're going out to meet guys, and you're wearing super low-rise jeans, and I'm having an issue with that." And she just says like, "No, I'm not going to do anything differently," and like, it's not a big deal, get over it.
Yeah,
and
finger
he just
snaps.
goes, "Okay." And then, you know, he tries to, like, he kisses her, he tries to get something going, and she's immediately like, "Jennifer's in the house."
Yeah.
"All right, we got to go downstairs." And he's just like, "Oh, man, rats. Okay." Like, he doesn't assert himself at all. And I feel like a lot of the boys in the movie just don't do that. It's the women
Right.
who are much more assertive,
Yeah.
which I like, because again, we're like taking this this attitude that a lot of slasher movies have of like the men being more assertive and the women being much more like docile, meek, following along a lot of the time, unless they're like the final girl, the badass or
Yeah.
something. But when they're just, you know, like fleshing out the world, when they're just like fodder for the slasher, they're usually not treated very well. And Jennifer's body is kind of flipping that.
Right. And I appreciate that, honestly.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So they arrive at Melody Lane Tavern, and right off the bat, some guys are hitting on Jennifer. But that doesn't even faze her when she sees the lead singer of Low Shoulder come up on stage.
Little baby Chris Pratt.
I know. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize he was in this. And I'm surprised he's in it for
Yep.
such a short part, too, you know?
Oh yeah, like blink and you'll miss it cameo.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that the band is called Low Shoulder, because it's technically a warning sign
Yep.
on,
Yep.
on the road. Yeah.
And body parts again.
Oh, yeah. See? Love it. Jennifer flirts with Nikolai a bit and offers to buy them some shots for the band. While she does this, Needy seems a little more concerned with who exactly they are and why they came to a small, unpopular town like Devil's Kettle. Needy can overhear Nikolai talking with his bandmates about Jennifer, so Needy tries to warn Jen, but once the band starts to play, she's totally lost in the music. Jen,
And the fact that when she overhears the bandmates talking in a very gross way about whether or not Jennifer is a virgin, the arcade game that she is playing, because like Jennifer goes to the bar to see if she can scam a couple drinks,
Right.
and Needy goes over to the arcade and she starts playing a game called Fire! And that's where she overhears the guys talking
it's-
in a very gross way about Jennifer.
It's funny because, like, she thinks she's protecting them, and she's like, you know what, she is a virgin. And, like, she unknowingly kind of seals Jennifer's fate at that point.
Right.
Yeah, because she's lying. Jennifer immediately walks up, and when Needy's like, "Don't talk to those guys. They were saying gross things about you and talking about how you're a virgin." And Jennifer's like, "Puh, I'm not a virgin. Oh boy, I'm not a virgin. I'm super duper not a virgin."
Right. So Jen reaches for Needy's hand, and for a brief moment, Needy forgets about how annoyed she is with the band and looks like the happiest person to be spending time with her best friend. And then the moment fades away when she realizes Jennifer is still so into Nikolai. All of a sudden, the bar catches on fire, and the girls have to escape through the bathroom window. Jennifer seems in a state of shock of some sort, and Nikolai then convinces Jennifer to go in his van and drive away, leaving Needy alone and scared for Jennifer's safety.
Jennifer's face, because like Needy tells her not to, but she doesn't really try to stop her.
Right.
She's just like, "Jennifer, don't do that." And Jennifer's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do that." And then Needy's like, "Okay," and just stands there and lets her get in the van. And
Well,
but Jennifer's face as they shut the door is devastating.
Right.
She looks so sad she looks so scared, but just in like a really blank way that like, you know, like as women, you want to think that you're not going to do something stupid and that you're going to fight to protect your friends in a scary situation. But you never know what you're going to do. And they're so young. Like, we're never told exactly how young they are. They're old enough for Jennifer to have her license to drive.
Yeah.
But they don't ever say anything about them being seniors. And usually in a high school movie, if they're seniors, they mention that they're seniors.
Yeah.
So they're probably only 16 or 17. They're probably juniors.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just so sad that, like, they're babies. And they're in this very scary situation. And they don't know what to do. And they both freeze.
Well, here's the thing, is they just came out of a scary situation because the building was on fire and people were getting trampled, and they escaped through the bathroom, which, funny note, in the commentary, they mentioned that because the girls used the window to escape, that the crew started affectionately referring to that window as the snatch hatch.
Oh, my gosh.
But also, like, they're, like, Jennifer clearly seems to be in shock, like, when she's sitting there. And then Nikolai, like a jerk, comes over and he's just like, here, have a drink. And he, like, tips it up into her mouth, you know, so he's, like, forcing her to drink more. And so she's not quite in her right state of mind.
Men are
because
the worst,
trauma
though. Like,
and alcohol.
Yeah.
And
Not to mention, like, just being a young teenage girl, just trying to not look like she's feeling pressured into anything and trying to look cool.
She's like, no, I want to go in the
off.
van. She says, I want to go in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then, like, when they're driving off with her, like, when she starts freaking out, she's like, no, I'm totally a virgin, because, like, she doesn't understand. She thinks to her value is in her experience. And she doesn't
Right.
understand that they
Yeah.
value her for, like, being a virgin. That's why they were interested.
Yeah. But at this point, like, we only see her get in the van. We don't see the rest of it until, like, way later. So we just see her get in the van and just be, like, a scared kid. And, like,
Yeah. Also,
we've already touched in the film, we've already touched on the idea that, like, the parents are just kind of all absent.
Yeah.
Like, there's already been at least one comment about Needy's mom not being home because she's at work. She's working the night shift or something. And when Jennifer shows up to pick up Needy to go to the club, the bingo hall with a tap, as Chip calls it, she says that her mom is out on a date, and so she has the car. And so, like, their moms, they don't even say anything about their dads.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear that their dads are simply not in the picture. There's never a mention of Needy's dad. He's not in any photos in the background. He doesn't show up at all. Obviously, Jennifer's mom is on a date, so her dad's not around either. I mean, I think even Chip, we see his mom at one point, but we don't see his dad. Like, fathers are just kind of absent in the film. But then also the mothers they exist, they're confirmed to exist, but they are also not there taking care of the kids. So there's not really an adult for the girl. Like, who could they have called to come pick them up from the bar? Nobody.
did we already get past the part where Needy compares Nikolai to this tree that she saw when she was a kid?
This is the moment that she does when Jennifer gets in the van.
Okay.
He shuts the door, and then he's standing there, and it's just him and Needy now outside. Everybody else is in the van, and he gives her this really smug, just shitty look, like, oh, God, you want to punch him.
Well, because, you know, she compares him to this tree that she saw when she was a child that I think she calls it diseased.
Petrified.
Petrified.
It was a
Yeah.
petrified tree.
But then also the song that the band sings is called Through the Trees.
Oh, the lyrics of the song, like, if you... Like, I watched the movie twice, because the first time I watched it, I accidentally watched the extended cut, and I didn't realize till I got to the end, and then I was like, oh no, we had said we were going to watch the theatrical, so I'm like, all right, go watch it again. And I noticed on the second watch through that the lyrics that we hear, the snippet of the song that plays and plays again and again throughout the movie, the lyrics really foreshadow everything that's going to happen.
Nice.
Also, the fire at the club. I don't know about you, but I know this movie came before, but it really reminded me of the scene in American Satan, because like you go
so
from,
many things about this movie made me think of American Satan.
Oh, yeah. Good
so
show.
like you go from like because like they set fire to a van, but then like going from the fire to the van, I'm like, American Satan. I'm like, I wonder if that wasn't like an homage on the writers of American Satan to put that in.
Well, plus just the whole concept of like an evil band,
Yeah.
an evil rock band is I just kept thinking about that movie the whole time.
Yeah.
And now I want to go watch American Satan.
Yeah, we should.
But I thought it was interesting about the petrified tree because if you like work with crystals and stuff like we do, petrified wood is used for like grounding, stability, endurance, but it can also be used in like renewal, sort of like making something new out of something that seemed beyond help, because like the wood is so dead, it's so fucking dead, it's petrified, it's fossilized, but you can still use it for energy work, things like that. So
yeah, I really appreciate how well thought out this movie has been with everything that connects.
yeah, and other like little details that I saw in the second watch through, like Jennifer's last name she mentions in the bar when she introduces herself to Nikolai is Czech, and I was like, that's interesting. What is that?
Yeah.
And because I immediately thought she throughout the film she keeps saying crossing you out whenever Needy does something that she doesn't like, and she's like, ugh, get away from me, like check you off the list. I'm not thinking about you. You're done. And then I looked it up, and it was Diablo Cody originally just had it as a placeholder name because she does checklists when she's writing. And so when she like came up with Jennifer's first name and her character and everything, she just wrote check next to it to be like, I still need a last name, but everything else about this character is done. And then she just kept it. And
nice.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Another interesting thing, all the bandmates have crescent moon tattoos on them in various places.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Nikolai's, I think, is the most obvious because it's on his neck. But the rest of them have them like on their wrists or their hands or something. And
is there a reason for that?
Well, becomes apparent later.
Ooh, yes. All right.
Crescent moons are a motif in the movie. Like there's one on Needy's wall. She has like some sort of decorative lamp that's in the shape of a crescent moon.
I didn't even notice that one.
Also like butterflies cascading down from it, which butterflies symbolize renewal, rebirth, changing form, things like that.
Perfect.
I don't know what that has to do with this movie though.
Could be anything. I don't know. In a panic, Needy calls Chip for help, and she keeps him on the other line while she slowly goes downstairs to check who's ringing the doorbell, but when she opens the door, no one. Then she hears another sound in the house and goes to check. Turns out to be just the water faucet leaking. So she goes to turn it off, and when she turns back around, she sees a very dark, brooding, and bloody Jennifer up in her face. Jennifer gives Needy the biggest, creepiest smile, starts digging for something in the fridge, and then pukes up some dark sludge all over the floor. So
first she has boy dinner. She just wolfs an entire rotisserie chicken.
Oh, that's boy dinner.
Yes, boy dinner is when you just like unhinge your jaw and swallow an entire rotisserie chicken whole. I have it on good authority from Dr. Max Pepper.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Yes.
Good resources for sure.
Yes. And then she was like, ew, boy dinner. And then product placement from Hershey's chocolate syrup.
So Needy runs to try and call for help, but Jennifer sneaks up behind her and slams her against the wall and almost bites her neck, but doesn't. The next day at school, everyone's talking about the news from Melody Lane, but Needy is stuck in her own head, daydreaming about a time when she and Jennifer were young and playing in a sandbox together. The only thing that snaps her out of it is Jennifer herself walking into class, as if nothing just happened the night before.
Pause here real quick.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the scene when they're showing the classroom, there is a horse in a formaldehyde jar.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, from the commentary, they said that was a reference to Dazed and Confused. But also, there was a horse at the very beginning scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when you see that as they're zooming in on the house, there's a horse in the yard. So I got to thinking, like, I wonder if the horses have a motif. And from what I looked up, it said horses, in a symbolic, if you look at the mythology associated with them, they have the ability to speak, to cross waters, and to cross the otherworld and underworld.
Ooh.
So I feel like even in that little motif there, we're still, like, getting a little bit of foreshadowing.
Wow, you guys are good at picking
They
up
also
at this stuff.
they also just symbolize like freedom and movement, because they just go.
Oh, yeah.
And so seeing one, and the one that we see in the beginning is not in a paddock or anything; it's just out and about. But then seeing one in a jar contained like that, I picked up on that because I was just noting like bodies throughout the whole film. Like,
Yeah.
like, again, Needy knows the second Jennifer is in the house. Before anything happens, she's like, there's somebody in the house, and it's Jennifer. And when Jennifer shoves her, it's kind of like before they went to the bar when she playfully shoved her, but now it's like it's forceful. And the like little transitional shot that we have after it goes dark on the house, we see the smoking ruins of the bar and the rescue crews trying to pick people out, just to like, we see just the devastation.
Right.
And the only line of dialogue we hear is a rescue worker just going, another body in here.
Yeah.
And it's just
man.
bodies. And then we see the horse in the jar, and it's like, it's very subtle. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
You know what I also just thought about too? So, like, as we were talking about before, how Needy knew as soon as Jen was arriving earlier in the movie, but now that she's something else, something is going on with her all of a sudden, she didn't exactly realize it was her.
Yeah, she didn't recognize that it was Jennifer in the house, but she said, someone's here, something's here. And it's all, I mean, like, as a queer lady who was very much unaware of myself in high school, and did realize years and years later that I was in fact dating one of my friends for like almost a year. Years later, I realized that, and I texted them, and I was like, I just referred to you in a conversation with somebody as my first girlfriend. Is that accurate? And they were like, yes, welcome. That did absolutely happen. I'm like, why did no one tell me that we were dating for like a year? And they were like, I thought when we kissed at prom, that was a clue. And I'm like, it wasn't, my dude. But so like nobody is less self-aware than a bisexual in high school, especially in a rural town. So I connected hard with Needy in this. Yeah, just like that sort of sixth sense that you have about your homoerotic crush, that you're like, no, we're just besties. But you do know the second that they are in the vicinity, things like that.
Right.
And you know when something's changed about them, when like the energy is different, like you really get a read on them. And when Jennifer gets really like up in her space and says, "Are you scared?" I was like, that's queer as fuck. That's incredibly queer.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, no. It was, yeah. So there's, like I said, it's incredibly subtle. You do have to really, really comb through it with a fine-tooth comb.
They pulled it off well.
Yeah, no.
Also, like the little flashback they do in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Like, where she's like, oh, don't tell because my mom will make me get a shot. And she's like, I will never tell on you.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
'cause the
it's just kind
thumbtack
of
cuts her.
highlighting how, Needy's always protected her.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I do love when in this scene when Jennifer sits down and Needy just sort of says something to herself like, oh my God, or like, what's going on, or something like that.
Yeah.
Jennifer says, don't talk to yourself. It makes you look crazy. And I just thought that was really funny to say to the narrator of the movie. Because she spends the whole movie talking to herself in the past tense.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So Needy tries to talk to her about what happened that night, but Jennifer brushes it off, and the questioning comes to a halt when the teacher walks in. Okay, now, how do you pronounce his name? Mr. Wroblewski? Wroblewski? I don't know, it's spelled weird. Can I just do a W, Mr. W?
Yeah, I just referred to him as J.K. Simmons the whole time because I was
Yeah.
like, the second he walks in, he's just J.K. Simmons to me. Like, he doesn't disappear into roles because he's such a presence himself. But
Absolutely.
also, I'm desperate to know what happened to his hand because he has a hook for a hand.
I was
going to
ask you guys,
and
did
if
they
you
touch
look
on
their
that?
dressed.
They mentioned this in the commentary. You see he has like some burn marks on his
Yeah.
neck. So obviously it was some kind of accident.
Yeah.
And
But they absolutely never acknowledge it or touch on it or anything at all.
yeah, the other thing they're really fascinated with, like the one thing they loved was the hairpiece, because they're like, there's something about that thinning perm that just makes him seem so sad.
It was very strange to see him
He played
with
it
hair,
so
'cause
earnestly though, like
Yeah.
you know, just like pathetic, but like just so earnest in his belief, like of what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah, when
J.K.
he's like,
Simmons.
we lost 8 precious students last night. And the Spanish teacher, Senorita Erickson. It was funny. I don't think I've seen him in another role quite like that.
Yeah.
And with hair. Astounded.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, I appreciate it. So J.K. Simmons makes an emotional speech about the fire victims, and at the end, he hands a student a tissue with his strong hand. Sorry, I had to do it. Later on, Needy meets up with Chip and tries to tell him about last night, but it all sounds a little too out there for him, and he recommends some therapy. But then Needy's friend Colin shows up and tells her he's glad she didn't die.
Colin is so sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love him.
I like how he like goes around the corner and there's like some other goths like shyly waiting for him to come back, be like, get over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
He's good, though. I liked his character, too.
I liked the line because clearly, he very clearly has some emotions about Needy. He's like really adorably nervous to talk to her.
He was probably the better pick.
Yeah, but
my
then
opinion.
Chip gets really insecure
Yeah.
and is like, "Oh, well, since when are you friends with Colin Gray?" And she says something about them being in like a writing class together, and she goes, "Hey, he's a really good writer. He's like really, eloquent and deep and stuff." And Chip's like, "I can be deep. I can write stuff."
How did
So
you feel
shut
about
up, Chip.
Jennifer's interpretation of Hamlet?
Oh yeah, valid.
Yeah, he just got a little peanut butter and jelly.
But I liked the line. I thought Colin Gray only talked to the dead girls
Oh, yeah. Oh.
because the only girls that we really see him talking to, like actually talking to on screen, are Jennifer and Needy. And so
Right.
like the whole movie, you're like, what's going on with Jennifer?
Mm-hmm.
Is she dead? Is this some sort of zombie thing that's happening? What's going to happen with Needy? Like, is she next? Like, who is there a final girl? Who's the final? Stuff like that. And so the fact that Colin only actually on screen speaks to Jennifer and Needy, but Chip says he only talks to the dead girls.
Yeah. Coincidence?
Is,
We'll see.
I think, fun.
Meanwhile, Jennifer finds someone at the football field grieving the loss of his friend to the fire, and she coaxes him into some healing time by hooking up with her in the nearby woods.
Oh, and the fact that, like, as she's trying to seduce him, she says that she talked to his best friend that died in the fire that we saw hitting on her at the club.
Yeah.
And she says something about him and says like, oh, he thought we would make a great couple. Let's go do something about this. But she takes his hand and puts it on her tit and says, something like, oh, feel my heart. It's broken or something. But so like it's just, she fully puts his hand right, like he makes him cup it. And so it's like, that is not your heart, my love. But very telling that that's what she, confuses them for, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Needy is back home now and cleaning up after dinner. She's listening to the radio, and the lead singer of Low Shoulder comes on, taking credit for saving multiple people from that fire. This disgusts her.
Okay, first off, this is where we see Spectre the ferret.
Yes, Spectre.
Oh my God.
The true star of the film.
I'm so sorry.
Shout out to the animal actor.
Yes.
And
well deserved.
from what I heard in the commentary is that Diablo had wrote this ferret in, and Eli Roth actually wanted her to take it out of the script. And she's like, no, he's the specter of masculinity, so he has to be there. So they named him Spectre.
Nice. Yeah, we're
But
just
also
gonna
this is the
cross
only-
out Eli Roth here. Just boo, cross you out.
Crossing you out.
I believe this is also the scene where they mentioned that Low Shoulder's been signed to a label.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So amidst all like the newspaper articles about the fire and the tragedy, you see that they're signed to a label. So like, you
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing like using a huge tragedy for promoting yourself
Yeah.
and your business.
And like here the radio host is centering these absolutely useless men who truly like did nothing from what we see in the fire. And he calls the town, cause they're like, oh, the heroes of this tragedy. And he goes, no, the real heroes are the people of Devil's Lake. Those brave souls, like really patronizing. And I think he had said something about Devil's Lake before, like at the bar.
Yeah.
And Needy got really defensive and was like, it's Devil's Kettle. Like,
Yeah.
put some respect on it.
Seriously.
But like the
nerve.
fact that he didn't even bother to get the name right, like truly doesn't care.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, Mr. Wroblewski is just heading out to go home from the school and pauses when he hears someone screaming from the woods, so he goes to investigate. Unfortunately, though, he finds all that's left of Jennifer's kill. Then back at Needy's house, her mom wakes up and tells Needy of a nightmare she had of Needy being nailed to a tree, quote unquote, just like JC. So Jennifer cleans off all the blood from her kill with a quick dip in the lake.
I was so annoyed with Needy's mom in this scene because she rolls out of bed. She says, I had a night terror. And Needy's like, it's 4:00. You had a day terror. Love that.
Yep.
But then, she talks about this nightmare that she had about Needy, and no regard for like, this is a creepy thing to, like this might be upsetting for your child to hear that you had this very gory dream about them being murdered by a mob.
Right.
And Needy is sitting there like, what the fuck, Mom? Like, why are you saying this?
Yeah.
And then Needy's mom like starts like posturing, and she's like, "Oh no, I fought them off like the mama bear that I am," and like, "Oh no, nothing's ever gonna happen to my baby. Like I'm gonna protect you." And Needy says, "I can take care of myself, Mom." And she's like, "Oh sure, you think that, but like we actually know who's really, running the thing, like the protection here, and one day you're gonna call for me and I'm not gonna be there, and then you'll be sorry," like doing that whole thing. And it's like, bitch, where were you last night?
And
where are you ever?
Yeah, where did
Like,
she go the rest of the film? Because I haven't seen her, right?
Yeah,
I don't think-
she's in like 2 scenes. She helps her get ready for the dance too.
Oh, that's right.
But that's basically it.
Yeah.
But then her being like, I'm a mama bear and I fought him, boo boo boo. Like,
Thanks, Ma.
sure, whatever, Mrs. Needy's mom. Oh, and I do want to point out that Jennifer skinny dipping in the lake, she still has her BFF necklace on.
Oh, yeah, true.
Mhm. Like, she basically doesn't take it off the whole movie. I was watching. But yeah.
Very good. Later on that evening, Jen calls Needy to talk about how amazing she's been feeling lately, interrupted by another phone call from Chip, asking Needy to meet up with him. We see Jennifer holding on the other line, burning her tongue with a cigarette lighter. Chip tells Needy about how his neighbor, that student from the woods, got ripped apart, and now Needy is convinced this isn't just a coincidence.
And I do just want to point out that, again, food themes, Jennifer says she feels scrumptious.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she calls the tragedy, because then Needy is like, well, we did just witness a bunch of people get, like, trampled and burned to death, and it was fucking traumatic.
Yeah.
And Jennifer is really dismissive, and she calls it a pig roast.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, again,
I didn't even pick up on that either.
Food, cooking, consumption.
Wow.
It's a theme.
That is wild. I love it.
And I love that Chip name drops his little sister because she's being noisy as fuck in the background. And her name is Camille. And I'm like, that's almost Camilla. That's almost a thing.
Yep.
I love it when names are almost another name.
So close.
Yeah.
Days go by, and Low Shoulders music is starting to take over the town more and more each day. Back in class, Mr. Wroblewski tells the students of Low Shoulders' next appearance in town, a benefit for the families affected by the fire. Needy protests. Walking down the hallway, Jennifer meets up with Needy, and she notices Jen doesn't look very well. Jen says she's feeling very run down and feels like something's wearing off. Then Colin comes up to the girls and asks Jennifer to go on a movie date to see Rocky Horror, but she doesn't watch wrestling movies.
Or boxing movies.
Oh, boxing movies. Sorry.
I thought it was interesting that, like, when Colin walks up, he's clearly still showing interest in Needy. And then it just really immediately and very smoothly, like, I couldn't even pinpoint when exactly it happened, the interest switches to Jennifer.
Yeah.
Because, like, we had already established in his first scene that he was interested in Needy, and then he comes up and he's talking to Needy, and then maybe it's like when Jennifer talks to him, because she asks him about Hamlet for like his notes for class, which is when she says, does Hamlet end up fucking his mom? It's like, well, scholars debate. But then suddenly he's interested in Jennifer, and he asks her to the movie Rocky Horror, another body horror, making a monster.
An excellent film, by the way.
Yeah, exploring sexuality and expression and control of your body and yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that's relevant. Yeah, I thought it was so interesting just like how seamlessly they did that, where even watching it twice, I couldn't tell you exactly when it happened, when Colin... Because he didn't change anything about the way he was acting. He just switched his focus from Needy to Jennifer.
Yeah.
And Jennifer was not interested in him. Like, he walks up and she's just like, oh, this fucking guy, like, get away from me. But then realizes that there is some sort of connection between Colin and Needy. And then she's like, all right, go ahead and shoot your shot with me, buddy. Like, now she's interested in Colin because she thinks that maybe Needy is interested in Colin.
Yeah. Oh, there's some jealousy there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And she brings up the movie Aquamarine, which is a terrible movie based on a really cute book that I read as a child. But it's like a mermaid thing. But the way that she talks about it also makes it almost sound like it's a body horror film.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it, so I'm not sure.
It's a mermaid gets stuck in a swimming pool and goes on a date and then gets back to the ocean.
Oh.
And the lifeguard, I guess, follows her to the ocean. It's
nice.
Cute. It's a kid's book. It's cute.
Yeah.
But the way she talks about it, and she sexualizes it, and she makes it sound like it's a really weird body horror thing where it's like this girl is part animal, part monster. And I was just like, what a choice.
That's a
But
choice.
also, Diablo Cody is really good at just taking stuff like that and saying something ridiculous but making it work in the context of the movie, and I really appreciate that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's about to give up on the idea, but Needy convinced her that he's a nice guy, and Jen decides to take him up on the offer. Needy and Chip make plans of their own, too. So Needy and Chip are spending some alone time together, and Colin is just driving up to the address Jennifer gave him. Colin somehow finds his way into this dark, abandoned house, and Jen comes out of the shadows to greet him.
Well, so as he's driving there singing, they mentioned in the commentary that it was like, he actually said, like, I can't sing, I'm a bad singer. They're like, no, that's perfect, because they wanted, like, the honesty of just being a teenager singing in your car.
Yeah.
And, like, how that's, like, such a universal experience, and there's something genuine about that. And that he's just excited and he's singing in his car.
Absolutely.
Because then it's like, oh, things went bad. Like, is it like, by the time he pulls up, it's like, you should realize, like, you might be being played at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because it's like a series, like, it looks like the neighborhood's under, like, the townhouses are under construction.
Yeah, he goes from a neighborhood that's like, it's nighttime, so it's dark out, but there are porch lights on, there are people walking around, you can hear people, like, out on their porches and in their yards and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he turns onto a street that is just, like, every house is dark. I don't think even the street lamps are on. It's quiet, it's deserted, there aren't even really cars, like, in the driveways or on the road. Like, it looks absolutely abandoned.
Yeah.
And it sort of, like, started to establish this idea for me that Jennifer takes people away from their community, I guess, and, like, isolates them. Like,
Yeah.
Jonas was at the football field, and he was, by the school. He was in a bright, sunny, open place.
Mhm.
And then she took him into the woods where it was dark and it was isolated. And
Except for the animals, of course. But.
Oh yeah, her Disney princess moment. All the
Yeah.
woodland creatures come out to help
Actually-
her clean up her mess.
When the woodland creatures were there, I love when she starts giving him an HJ, and, like, the deer is like, I can't watch this, and looks away.
But I love the two bunnies that pop up in that scene as well. Because, like,
Yeah.
I noticed bunnies a lot in this film, mostly with Needy. Like, she has bunny slippers at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
She has bunnies on her t-shirt when she goes to visit Chip. Like, there's just, like, a recurring thing with Needy and rabbits, which, like, rabbits are symbolically tied to, like, witchcraft and, like, green magic energy work, things like that. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think the rabbits and the crows are the only ones that show up in twos. All of the other animals throughout the film show up as a single specimen. I think, if I'm recalling correctly in my mind palace. So I'm not sure what specifically the significance of that might be, but I thought it was interesting. But yeah,
yeah.
Colin, Colin is in this populated place where he feels comfortable, and Jennifer gives him this address, and she leads him to a place that is stark and cold and deserted, and she's the only person there.
Right.
And he's isolated. She's drawn him away, and that seems to be her MO.
I just don't really understand why because you see him looking around, and you could tell he's a little freaked out and knocking on the door. No one's answering. He has to enter through a window. Like,
Well, the door is, like, boarded up, isn't it? There's like a
think so.
2x4 nailed across the door.
yeah, and yet he still proceeds to go in.
Well, he
I
is
was
a
just
teenage
confused by
boy
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
who was promised sex. So I think
Yep. Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Well, I could die here, but someone might touch my pee-pee.
yeah.
She tells him how she's been sending signals his way all year, but Colin is very thrown off by this. All four of them simultaneously start getting hot and heavy, but Jen reveals she's not as human as Colin thinks. She starts beating the piss out of him. While Needy's still under Chip, she can't control these visions she's having of blood on the ceiling and evil Jennifer with the other dead student in the room with them. Somehow, Needy can sense that Jennifer has made another kill right then.
I really
And-
like the awkward sex scene that's juxtaposed with, like, Jennifer feeding on Colin, and it's
Yeah.
just, like, the two scenes
Uh-huh.
side by side. Like, it's, like, really disturbing. And apparently in the commentary, they were told that like a lot of sample audiences saw this as like their like Chip and Needy's first time. And like, where did you get that from? It's like he even mentions in the scene before that he bought more condoms.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe because they seem so innocent that scene read like a loss of virginity to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they specified even somewhere in the middle of the movie there that, like, you know, they don't get to as often.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I loved the intercutting of these scenes because it almost made it seem like it was supposed to be like a double date or even like it's really about Needy and Jennifer. Like the boys are superfluous in this scene. And they are both still wearing their BFF necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
Needy doesn't take hers off to have sex with Chip. I thought that was interesting. And Needy is reacting more so to what Jennifer is doing, it seems like, the way that the scenes are intercut, because like she's not really responding so much to what Chip is doing, which I found that really upsetting, almost more upsetting than watching Jennifer tear poor Colin apart. Because it's like, especially because Chip does not seem to notice or care that Needy is not enjoying herself, that she's upset even, she's getting scared.
Right.
But I think she like touches her lips when Jennifer and Colin start kissing as if she feels it. And then like Jennifer says, "I need you frightened" to Colin. And then immediately the next thing that we see is not a reaction shot of Colin being frightened. It's a reaction shot of Needy getting scared.
Yeah.
And Jennifer saying things like, "I need you hopeless." And Needy starts to like really
Repeat
despair.
The word hopeless.
Yeah, she says hopeless. So like this scene, it felt like it was much more about the connection between Needy and Jennifer than it was between Needy and Chip and Jennifer and Colin.
Oh yeah.
And that was extremely queer. And I loved it.
I definitely got those vibes too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
But then when Chip does finally notice, like, because Needy's like crying, and he finally is like, what's wrong? Or like, did I hurt you? And for a second I was like, okay, welcome back, Chip. Like, thank you for checking in with your partner here. But then
when he
like
says like, "Did I hurt you?" Like, or like, not when I hurt. He said, "Did I hurt you?" Which he's genuinely concerned. But then he gets a little smirk on his face when he's like, "Am I too big?"
Yeah, he gets excited for a second.
Calm
He's like,
down.
"Am I too big?" And I was like, "Please, Chip. Oh my god."
Okay, Chip. Oh my gosh. So Needy rushes out of Chip's house and drives away, but Jennifer finds her and jumps onto her car. Needy quickly backs the car up, flings her off the car, and drives back home. Once she's home, Needy finally sits on the couch and breaks down from everything that's been going on.
Oh, and she runs in screaming for her mom.
Oh, yeah.
She runs in, she's screaming, "Mommy, mommy."
But she's not there.
And she's not fucking there. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the
Needy's
fuck
mom. Yo, mama bear. Get out of here.
Yeah. She's sobbing, and in her mind, she's backtracking on every time she's witnessed something was wrong with Jennifer. Eventually, Needy heads to bed, but just as she's about to sleep, she finds Jennifer in the bed with her. She screams, and Jennifer goes in for the kiss? What?
And she's wearing, Needy notices that Jennifer has stolen one of her t-shirts, and she says, "Is that my Evil Dead shirt?" And I was just like, hell yeah, it is. And that's your Evil Dead girlfriend, too.
Mm-hmm, yep. Needy kind of goes with it for a minute there, but snaps out of it and starts freaking out at Jennifer. Finally, Jen explains how it all went down that night with Low Shoulder, being agents of Satan who took her to the middle of the woods and brutally murdered her. To the soothing sounds of 867-5309.
Listen, do you know how
that
hard
whole
it is
scene
to
was
make it
so
as an
upsetting.
indie band?
That whole scene was so upsetting. Like, the whole mood and tone of the movie shifts. Like, it goes from being this sort of like dark comedy to just like we're in the van with Jennifer, and we see she is so scared And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just a kid. And she looks around and she realizes that she is just in a van with men.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sees the other scary shit in the van, like the occult stuff. And her mind doesn't even go to, like, they're going to do some sort of witchcraft, like, they're going to sacrifice me to a demon. She says, "Are you guys rapists?" And she immediately starts thinking about the sexual aspect of, I just got into a car with a bunch of men I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're driving me out to the woods and I am alone. And now she's the narrator for a minute instead of Needy. And she says, "I was trying to think of a way to escape. I was so scared.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything I could do." And the guys are kind of making fun of her. They're still talking about if she's a virgin. And she thinks, "Oh, well, if they're rapists, I'll say I'm a virgin." And then they'll be like, "Oh, no, we want somebody who knows what they're doing." And so she plays that up, not knowing that they want a virgin. And Nikolai says, "Oh my God, I hate girls." And he says it in just this way that's so disgusted. And
Yeah.
and then she starts like crying because I think that's when she realizes just how much danger she is in. And it made me so sad. It was so raw, this scene. It was such a
Yeah.
departure from everything else in the
But
movie. And I think it needed to
Even
be.
when they were talking about like how they're doing this for the band, she's like, "You could let me go. I'll be part of your street team."
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Well, and then Nikolai says, "Maybe we'll write a song about you." Isn't that every fan's, greatest dream, to have a song written about them? Like mocking her and belittling her and
there
her
is
life
that one band member who objects, but then he's
very lightly.
yeah. But then like as soon as like, "Do you want to be famous or not?" Like he's like, "Well, yeah," and so he's willing to throw his last shred of morality away for the promise of maybe getting famous.
Yeah.
But you have to do this awful thing, and he's absolutely willing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though Jennifer is really like, I feel like her and Needy's friendship isn't the most kosher. I still felt pretty bad for her in that moment.
And
Oh,
also
yeah.
when they get out of the van, they do note that it's a waxing moon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they say
so-
that that's what the ritual calls for,
Yeah.
which explains the tattoos they all have.
Oh
It's
yes.
a waxing crescent
Yep.
moon. But,
Oh man.
yeah, but just the fact that he says that they'll write a song about her, but then they start singing they start ripping off a song that somebody else has already written. I was like, you fucking fucks, you stupid posers.
Yeah.
Like,
What jerks.
ugh.
After sacrificing Jennifer's body, Nikolai throws the knife he used into the nearby waterfall, the Devil's Kettle to be exact. Jen doesn't remember much after that, but we see how another student, Ahmed, gets attacked by evil Jen that same night. Needy tries to get more information out of Jen, but she's decided she's done talking about the details. And then there's a flashback to Jennifer and Needy playing like they were a couple when they were younger. So Needy decides to get some research done the next day on what exactly happened to Jennifer.
I love that their school library has an occult section.
Yeah.
Fund
I
libraries.
love that they even like bring it up. Like Chip, I think mentioned, she's like, "Our school, like our library is in a cult section." She's like, "It's really small."
Yeah.
See, kids, books are cool. At one point, Chip finds Needy at school, and they discuss Jen being evil now. We learned that because she lied about being a virgin, the sacrificial ritual backfired on the band, which is how Jennifer came back to life with evil powers. Chip still doesn't believe her, and they end up breaking up.
And now Needy is isolated.
Yes. Everyone starts getting ready for the school's spring formal, including Jennifer, who's busy covering up her sickly appearance and taking dead chunks of her hair out of her head.
I love how 80s Needy's prom look is.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
like, reminded me of Carrie.
There was something really disturbing about just Jennifer just taking like the handfuls of foundation and just like smearing it on her face, like
Yeah.
literally putting a mask on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you could tell as she's, like, staring at herself, like, there's still a little part of her inside of her mind that's like, what is going on here? Who am I now? You know, like,
Yeah.
like I can't believe I'm doing this, you know?
And I love that as Chip is getting ready for the prom. First of all, like he mentioned something when he was talking to Needy in the previous scene about going to the spring formal or the prom or whatever it is. And she's trying to talk him out of it because she's like, Jen is on the hunt and the prom is going to be a buffet for her. Right. So stay home. And he says that he already bought her corsage. It's a pink orchid. It costs $12.
Man.
And well, when did this movie come out? Like 2009?
Crap, wait.
Or before then. It had to be before 2009 because Fox Atomic went out of business in 2009.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what? I don't
well,
have
I know
it
it was
down.
it was
sorry.
after Juno, which was
2009. Yes, thank you.
I was right.
Yes.
I'm right about everything, and I'm not going to question that anymore. No more fact checking me.
Thank you, Maggie.
But yeah, so 2009, $12 for flour was a bit.
Oh yeah.
So, but so then we see Chip getting ready for the prom, and he's wearing the corsage like as a boutonniere instead. Like he has, and his mom is helping him get ready, and it's very funny and cute. He's taking photos with his little sister because he doesn't have a date now. And then his mom is like, I have one more thing for you. And she hands him a can of pepper spray. And he's like, Mom. And she's like, somebody's out there hunting boys. And you got to keep yourself safe. So here you go. You put that in your pocket. And he's like, okay. And I just thought that was so funny and cute. Because again, like we're doing like a gender swap here with like how things are typically treated in slasher movies. And so like instead of the girls having to think about like, oh, what's on my keychain? Do I have something to defend myself with? It's the boy that is told by a parent, hey, you need to defend yourself because you're just sort of like a future victim.
Oh yeah. Potentially. So while Chip makes his way to the dance, Jennifer is lurking not far behind him. She catches up to him and tells him how Needy was cheating on Chip with Colin the whole time. He falls for it, and they end up making out. And Needy can sense it all the way from the dance.
And this is the first time in the movie that Jennifer is not wearing her BFF necklace.
Yes.
She's not wearing it, but Needy is still wearing hers.
Jen brings Chip to an old rundown pool and asks him to kiss her again, but it doesn't feel right to him. So this upsets Jen very much, and she pushes him into the murky pool, jumping in after him and trying to drown him.
And did you notice that like the pool is all gross, you know, like the water is really murky there's like stuff growing everywhere, like the windows are all busted and plants have started to come in. But also there's clearly vandalism and there's graffiti everywhere. And the big like prominent graffiti that we see is somebody has with red spray paint written hopeless on the side of the pool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Also, when he gets thrown in the water, the first thing I could think of is those videos online of like still water in abandoned places, and I'm like, he's got like, even if he survives, he's got like a brain-eating like parasite.
He's got giardia.
Yeah.
Oh no. Needy races to the rescue, but when she gets there, it's too late. Jen already bit into his neck and he's bleeding out. Needy lunges after her, but Jen sneaks up behind her and spews dark bile all over the both of them. Then we see Jen begin to rise out of the water, hovering in mid-air, and Needy tells Jen she was never a good friend.
I love how he's like, oh my god, she can fly! And she's like, she's just hovering. It's not that impressive.
Well, then Jennifer immediately shoots back. She's like, why do you have to undermine everything I do? And just before she, Hershey's syrup makes another appearance, Chip throws Needy the pepper spray that his mom gave him, and she uses it on Jennifer, and it does trip her up for a second.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that was fun that, like, Chekhov's pepper spray.
Yeah, that whole moment was cool. Jen and Needy go back and forth a bit, and then Jennifer threatens to kill her. Just as she's about to strike, Chip stabs her in the stomach with an old rusty pool skimmer.
Which made me so sad, because I'm like, just like a scene ago, you guys were talking about how you have to get the heart. and you got her in the stomach. Like, your aim sucks.
Well, to be fair, he's bleeding out.
To be fair.
To be
But still.
fair.
It was beautiful. Bravo.
Thank you.
Jennifer realizes she's been beat, asks for a tampon, and slowly walks away.
Yeah. Oh, isn't this also the moment where she kind of confirms that she's bi in the film, because she says that she's gonna eat Needy's soul.
Yeah.
And Needy says, "I thought you only attacked boys," and she goes, "I go both ways."
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that was this moment. Yeah.
There it is. Once it's safe enough, Needy rushes over to Chip and tries to call for help, but he doesn't make it. This brings us back to where the movie began, and we find out Jennifer was the one lying in bed watching TV and taking notes in her school yearbook of who all she's killed there. Needy jumps
I like
through...
her writing yum over somebody's picture.
Yeah.
Was it reflecting on past kills, or was it like sort of earmarking future ones? Because it looked to me almost like she was looking at a takeout menu.
Right?
That was
oh my
the
God,
vibe
yeah.
that she was like, and she like circled the one kid that I don't think we had seen him at any point in the movie, but she wrote yum next to him. And so it was almost like she's in for the night, she's watching infomercials, and she's about to order Chinese takeout. And so she's just sitting there circling what looks good on the menu. Like, that was the vibe I got from it. And I thought that was delightful.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I remember thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure why he circled, but, okay, we'll see, I guess. I don't know. Needy jumps through Jennifer's bedroom window and attacks her, and Jennifer bites her neck. Needy then whips out her super useful box cutter and crosses out Jennifer. That doesn't work as planned, so Jennifer raises them both above the bed to struggle. Needy rips off her BFF necklace she shared with Jen, and she falls back down on the bed in complete shock, which gave Needy just the right amount of force to come down on her and stab her dead. With terrible timing, Jennifer's mother comes into the bedroom to catch Needy right on top of Jennifer with the knife in her hand.
And when Needy stabs her, so first of all, like, this is the first time we see Needy take off the necklace.
Yeah.
And then that's finally what, like, breaks Jennifer's power enough to give Needy the opportunity to kill her.
It's really telling. Instead of Jennifer taking off the necklace, it's Needy ripping it off. Basically,
Yes,
Needy
the rejection.
acknowledging, like, you're not my friend.
Yes. And then when she stabs her, and I love that it's a box cutter, like, excellent wordplay.
Yes.
I tip my hat to you, Diablo Cody. When she stabs her, Jennifer goes, "My tit." And Needy goes, "No, your heart." So, like, again, like, throughout the whole movie, Jennifer talks about, like, her tits, cleavage is her thing, tits are smart bombs, you know, stuff like
Yep.
that. The thing with Jonas where she put his hand on her tit and said it was her heart. Now she is stabbed in the heart and she mistakes it for her tit. And just bringing everything full circle.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, then her mom comes in, and Jennifer, after she's been stabbed and has died, suddenly looks alive again. Like, she doesn't look gaunt and pale. She's got, like, this flush of life to her skin.
Right.
And she really does look like she's just a normal girl again. And so now there's, you know, Needy really does look like the psycho stalker serial killer that we were kind of set up to think she was at the beginning of the movie, and then spent the whole movie saying, but no, she's not actually that. And now
Yeah.
here in this scene, the first time there's really a witness, this is the tableau that's laid out. And it was so sad that the aftermath of the mom walking in and finding her and trying to, like, revive Jennifer, but she's already gone. Like, oh,
I
it was so
know.
sad.
It was.
I ended up feeling really bad for Jennifer in this movie.
Yeah, I agree. So that brings us back to how Needy ended up in the holding cell, present day. And then we find out Needy now has some of those powers from Jennifer biting her neck. She hovers up to the window and kicks it open and officially breaks out of the hospital. As she's walking down the street, she comes across the knife that was used for Jennifer's sacrifice, along with one of the balls the scientists used in the beginning. She picks up the knife and continues on. Then some random guy drives up alongside her and offers her a ride headed east. We find out she's on her way to see the next performance of Low Shoulder. And in the end credits of the movie, we see how the band has been living the true rock star life and having a great time, but then also how they mysteriously all get murdered.
I love how it goes from like behind the scenes footage, like it's obviously like some camera crew that's filming them, and like they're doing drugs, like don't film this. And then it cuts from all these like fun, silly, like party videos to just crime scene photos. So like the way they just hinted things without having to show it, and like that made me happy.
And most of the clips that they show of the band are either to do with like bodies, like Nikolai is signing a fan's cleavage with a Sharpie, or they're like doing drugs, but like it's very like visceral body stuff, or it's got to do with food, like they dump candy on the one guy and then he's eating the candy off his chest and things like that. But also when she gets in the car, when she's hitchhiking and they pull away, they had pulled over and parked for her to get in the car by a Low Shoulder sign. So as they pull away, there's a Low Shoulder sign right there.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was fun.
Also very poetic that Nikolai dies with the Bowie knife in the chest.
Oh
yes. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, so that's the end of the movie. What did you guys think?
Good for her.
Yeah, agreed. Justice is
I
served.
had heard this was a good for her movie, and I thought it was going to be Jennifer that had the good for her moments. But it's like all the boys that she picked weren't like, hey, he deserved it. It was more like she picked the guys who were clueless. Like they were just easy victims.
Right.
And I think like Needy is the good for her moment, because she says at the very beginning, hell is a teenage girl. And it's so funny because before you think that, you think, oh, she must be referring to Jennifer. And I really feel like she's referring to herself.
Yeah.
And like herself, like, you know, the hell of not knowing who you are, or, you know, because it feels like only after she's gone through everything that she's more confident, she's self-actualized, she's not living in Jennifer's shadow anymore.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she doesn't care about consequence, so she's able to like go take out a whole indie band.
Yeah, I feel like in that sense she kind of won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does become much more like Jennifer once she beats Jennifer. So like when Jennifer dies and she suddenly looks more human, Needy, the next time we see her, she's in the cell, and like I don't know if it's just the lighting that she's in for the rest of the movie because it's dark, but then suddenly she looks really pale and like ashen, and she looks really gaunt, like the shadows, the way they hit her, she looks really thin and she looks really like creepy and ethereal. And then that the very last shot is that like the like security footage from the hallway, where she's sort of walking down the hallway and it's kind of grainy, and it's almost like a Paranormal Activity found footage shot, and it's like she's the one that's like haunting people now, the way that Jennifer was kind of haunting people throughout the movie.
Right.
And I thought that was great. Yeah, I think it's really Needy's triumph. Even though it's Jennifer's body.
Well, she mentions in that little aside at the very end that, like, because she survived the bite, she didn't kill her, that she has, like, some of the powers, which, you know, from the earlier scene, they said, like, if you don't sacrifice a virgin, a demon can possess the body. So she's got the powers of something demonic. So I feel like with Jennifer, we see it manifested as like the sins of gluttony and lust, whereas like with Needy, it just seems to be wrath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She is seeking revenge. Yeah.
Yep. I thought overall it was a really, I mean, it's a funny, entertaining movie, but it's also this really stunning allegory for like trauma and sexual assault, and then, you know, not even going like that's very deep, but then also there is this slightly more surface level theme of controlling girls' bodies and policing girls' bodies. And I think the movie did a really good job of having Jennifer be a really complicated character. And like even at the beginning of the movie, before anything bad happens, she's very sexual.
Yeah.
And she uses that as a tool or a weapon. And then
Hello Kitty and
something
everything.
horrific happens to her. But at no point is it her fault what happened to her. I really appreciated that the movie never even went there, that like, oh, if only Jennifer had made a better decision, maybe she wouldn't have, you know, like, no, she was not in the wrong in that situation. Like something happened to her.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And there was really, really good chemistry between the leads. And as I was like looking up some trivia and things like that to sort of see if anything I was picking up on was, you know, legitimate.
Yeah.
I did see that both of the actresses did say that like, oh no, that was real. Like there was a real attraction between us. It was real chemistry. Like it was very easy to act that out because there was a real connection there.
Oh, cool.
And just like what great casting, because that I think the movie would have been very different if it wasn't such a natural connection between the leads.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely makes all the difference, you know? And people could tell, even people like me. I feel like certain things I don't pick on, like I don't pick up on everything sometimes. Sometimes it takes me multiple watches to pick up on certain other things, but yeah, I could definitely tell, like they were vibing. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
And I agree too. I thought it was, it had very deep meaning to it, but it also did a good job of being funny, very quotable.
Yeah.
And just a fun movie.
I'm disappointed about how poorly marketed this movie was, because I remember when this movie was coming out, I wasn't super into like horror at the time.
Right.
But it felt like it was marketed towards boys as well. It really played up the like, ooh, girls are gonna kiss. And they really made it seem like it was just sort of like a Gorno, you know, like a gory porno type thing.
Yeah.
And I did see a lot of quotes from the various women who worked on the movie. You know, the obviously writer, director, major producers were all women. And
that's awesome.
They were all like, we were so disappointed in the way that the studio decided to market this, because we said you cannot market this to boys, because that's not what it is. It's you know, like certainly not excluding boys, but that's not what the movie is. It's not a sexy slasher, like, you know, romp in the underwear sort of movie. Like, no.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on, and you're gonna get the wrong audience for it. And the studio was like, shut up, we know what we're doing. And then it was a huge flop in theaters, and it wasn't until it came out on DVD that it really started to get this cult following, and the people who were supposed to see the movie actually did get a chance to see it. So I'm so disappointed that I missed it when I was the confused, oblivious queer teenager. Because the marketing was so off the mark for this.
Yeah.
Well, this was done by Fox Atomic, which only did like a handful of films. And among their titles was The Hills Have Eyes 2 and 28 Weeks Later. But so like a lot of sequels. And then like after 2009, when they went under, like the films that had been in production were shifted to other Fox entities to complete. So I'm not surprised about the marketing, because that's kind of happened with a lot of stuff with Megan Fox, because their whole thing was like, ooh, look how hot she is.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the Transformers movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
One of the, like, the first scene with her, she's like bent over a motorcycle and like all you see is her ass. And I remember leaning over to John in the theater and being like, they really respect her as an actress.
Wasn't she 17 when that movie was filmed too?
Something like that.
She was still very, very young when that movie was filmed.
Yeah.
Because I remember people talking about that at the time. But So apparently there's like always this rumor just sort of kicking around that there's going to be a sequel to Jennifer's Body, and basically everybody, including Amanda Seyfried, has said that they would come back and do it in a heartbeat, because Amanda Seyfried has said this is her favorite movie she's ever worked on.
I would love that.
But Megan Fox, because of how horribly sexualized she was by the marketing team and the press, and the way that she was just denigrated, and her performance was just so about, like, the reception of her performance was so about her body. Mm-hmm. She has said that she hates this movie and she would never come back, because she was like, that's my least favorite of all of my movies, because of just how it all rolled out.
That's a shame.
It really ruined the experience for her, which sucks so much.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Oh, man. That's terrible, but
Yeah.
I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I were in her position, I would probably feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she pulled out a stunning, nuanced, like, complicated performance of a really interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw something about, like, the marketing team was like, what fun little, like, gimmicky stunts could we have her do? And they wanted her to do some sort of, like, Ask Me Anything live video feed on, like, Pornhub or something. Like, they wanted her to do stuff like do interviews alongside porn stars and things like that. Like, they really wanted to play up the sexuality of her character. And
Wow.
she was I think that never made it to her desk, because the female producers and the director were like, never fucking say that to Megan's face. Like, I will gut you if you take this to Megan, I'll kill you. Like, do not say that to her. So, like, she may have found out after the fact, especially since it's now kind of like common knowledge, I guess, on the internet.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the kind of thing that was being done to her as the star of the movie and the face of the movie. That's how she was treated.
Gross.
So, you know what? Let's get into emojis.
Let's hear those bomb ass emojis.
Okay, so, well, is it okay if I go first?
Yeah, go first.
Okay, so, my emojis are a little bunny rabbit face for the bunny slippers and the multiple bunnies that show up in the movie. I put some water droplets just because I didn't have anything else to describe the devil's kettle. So there's that. And then a van for the 89 rapist. I don't know. She called the one van that. I don't know. So those are my emojis. How about you guys?
I got a bunny, because they're bunnies. I got a
yeah.
deer, and the
There were
crows.
deer.
And then, hang on, I got a lot of them this time.
Oh,
I got
yes.
a fire.
Oh, nice.
I
Appropriate.
got a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I got a crescent moon
Nice.
and a knife, and the chicken leg for the rotisserie chicken. And then Colin's car.
Nice. Perfect.
I had the X symbol for crossing out.
Oh, yeah.
The painting nails, because it was very gay. I also had the bunny. I at first I just went through and clicked all of the animals that I could find, and there's not a ferret, unfortunately. I just double checked again. I just looked at my phone to be like, is there a ferret? No. So originally I'd put the goose, because I was like, that's the nearest looking thing for some reason. But then I took them all out because I was like, I'll stick with the bunny.
Yeah.
The knife, the red blood drop, and the salt shaker.
Oh,
Very nice.
So salty.
Salty morsels.
Oh my gosh, so good. Some emojis, guys. Okay, and then are we ready for some plugs?
It's time for a plug.
All right. So let me start off with Adam and the MDG Crew. They're an awesome local band around here to watch and listen to. They can be found on their website, mdgcrew.com, or you can check their Instagram for some upcoming shows. So definitely go check them out. Then Then there's Chris Alou's music, another amazing local musician here, found pretty much anywhere streaming music is available. So he's definitely cool. Definitely check him out. Kids on Bikes is actually EJ's brother's band, found on iTunes, Spotify, any streaming services that stream your music. Check it out. Variant Season, which is friend of the show Will Perna's band. You can find their show dates on their Facebook page. And then I also have some personal ones too. My friend Laura Bednarik, she has handmade thrifted clothing and other accessories that can be found on her Etsy shop, or she advertises on TikTok every once in a while too. She could be found under, all one word, The Strange Case Of. So she's awesome, and she works so hard on that stuff, so, send her some love. And then, of course, there's the Spice Asian Food Market on Spruce Street in downtown Scranton. I know the owners there, Sue and Jared. They're both awesome, very nice people, and they have a lot of cool stuff. If you're really into the Asian culture, they have a lot of cool food there. They even have some merch. Sue herself, she is a painter. Like, she paints everything so detailed and so quickly, too. And you could see that all displayed in her shop. So if you're in town, definitely hit them up. Check it out. Okay, Maggie?
Yeah. I was in there for the first time recently.
Ooh.
And I did not realize how much stuff was in there.
Right?
And there's a couple of dishes that I used to like to make, but the ingredients were just so hard to find. And they have all of them there. They have Thai basil. I'm so excited about that. I love Thai basil. That's a very cool place.
Yeah, she has direct connections to Thailand. Her family's from there.
Oh, great.
So I'm pretty sure that's where she gets her stuff.
Yeah. So co-signed. Spice Asian Market is amazing.
That's great.
Yeah. Elle?
I have a lot of them.
All right, we're
Buckle
ready.
up.
I am ready.
Okay, I'm gonna need your help with this one, because John said it's really weird when only one person says Metal Messiah Jon Snow. So, you all know my husband Jon Snow. Metal Messiah Jon Snow.
Ooh woo.
Did you say ooh woo?
I did. It's a slumber party.
Yay! I like him. He's the guy who lives in my bed. Anyway,
In her bed. Okay. Sorry.
just all the tandem things.
Oh no, we've reached the giggly part of the slumber party.
Oh, no.
He is, check out Jon Snow's music at easterntributecollective.com. Also find them on Facebook. They have all of their shows booked for 2025, so
Nice.
all of them will be listed on the website. Also, that new metal band is calling it quits, and so there are only a few number of shows left before they are done, so come check out the couple of shows that John will be helping fill in.
Oh, okay.
Also, Three Jacks Burger Bar.
I know that place.
Wow.
Hey, Vagisil. Are you and your best gal pals looking for a place to satisfy that unholy hunger inside of you? Then come on down to Three Jacks Burger Bar. The August burger of the month is the Merry Moon. Not quite a crescent moon, but a black bean burger with sriracha, mixed greens, and corn salsa. It's so good, and you won't have to eat your BFF's boyfriend when he's scared and hopeless. So travel on down through the trees and come to Three Jacks Burger Bar. Basics
Yay.
done better.
So good. Loved it.
Also, after a visit to Devil's Kettle, the recipe for gravy diggers has gotten even better.
What?
Just don't ask what meat is in it. Seriously. Don't ask what meat is in it.
Oh.
With deepest malice, we deliver these pot pies unto thee, gravy diggers. Still a lower body count than Jennifer Check. Also, don't forget to check out Sports Dreamboat. He is on the socials. He's on TikTok and YouTube. His series of not scary stories is something you need in your life.
He's
Mike
funny.
Vinci, the Vinch.
The Vinch.
Check out. Okay, they've mispronounced this so many times on the show that I honestly do not know if it's Shanty Hill Design or Shanty Town Designs. It's one of those two. But if you check out the Frequels website, you can find out which one of those it is because they designed that website. Also, Ravenview Productions. That is the wonderful production company that brings you cool stuff like this freaking podcast.
Yeah.
And, most importantly, the reason all of this exists, Kitties of Any PA Rescue.
Yeah.
You can check them out on Facebook. They have a link tree where you can leave donations or you can adopt a little kitty cat because we know people who have adopted from there and given these sweet little kitties a home and their cute little furry faces, and they'll make your lives better. So go ahead, and if you can't adopt a kitty, at least you can donate some supplies or some money, and or just visit their Facebook page and tell them how much you love cats.
Will do.
Did I miss anything?
That's between
No, I
you and
think
your
that's-
notebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I think
right.
we got them all.
My
Very
turn.
cool.
I have a couple as well. So first off, the Lyric Consort is my husband's choir that he is in. It's an a cappella chamber choir that does some really lovely pieces. You can find them on Facebook. Lyricconsort.org is also their website, and they are also on YouTube. They actually just put up the full video from their May 10th concert on their YouTube, shared it to their Facebook, so you can go and you can listen to it and watch the entire concert for free,
Nice.
so that you kind of get an idea of what it's like to go see it live. But they perform usually out of St. Luke's Episcopal Church downtown here in Scranton, and it's a really lovely building and the acoustics are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So it is really worth going to see it live. I also want to plug Diva Theater. I'm on the board over there, and we do some really cool shows. We just wrapped up a couple, and I think by the time this comes out, a couple of things may have already passed on the schedule, but we have the Laramie Project going on over there at the end of this month.
Looking forward to it.
Page to Stage, which is a quarterly event that they do where local writers, authors will come and talk about their work, usually do some readings, have some of their work available for purchase sometimes. It's a really cool night. They take questions, you get to talk to them. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's a $5 cover charge, so it's also very affordable. The next one's going to be on August 9th at 8 p.m. at the Diva Theater, the Old Brick over on West Market Street. After that, we've got The Judas Sheep, which is a restaging of an original play by Jeff Boehm, is a local writer. It was first staged there almost 10 years ago. So he's made some revisions to it. I think he's tweaked the ending a bit. So if you saw it back in 2016, no, you didn't. Come see it again. It's almost entirely new cast. We do have one person who's reprising their role, but I will be I'll be helping manage the stage of that production, and I'll be doing like costumes and props and stuff. So I'm really excited to work with this group. That show goes up September 12th through the 21st. Friday, Saturday, it'll be at 7:30 p.m. and Tuesdays it'll be at 2 p.m. So again, come on over to the Old Brick. And we've also got auditions for a show. I don't know if we've officially announced what the show after that is, so I will not say what it is, but keep your eye on the Facebook page. We'll have auditions coming up for our next show very soon. Also coming up, the Battle of the Bards, which all of us here have participated in at some point or another. It is a really cool program that friends of the show, Ryan and Casey, run, usually over at the V Spot in Scranton over on Providence Road. So it's a 48-hour writing competition where writers are given a couple of prompts. They have to write a short one-act play, really like a scene, to be performed that Sunday night. So they get the prompts on Friday. They have to write everything by Sunday. So if you want to come see that, if you want to participate, show up at the V Spot at 5 p.m. I believe the next one is on August 24th, but you can follow their Facebook page. And then I said that I refuse to be fact-checked ever again. So you can do your own research. Follow them on Facebook. I believe August 24th is the next one. So if you want to be in one of the shows, come at 5 p.m. to sign up and get your script. And if you just want to see the shows, show up at 6 p.m. Let's see.
Very cool. Very cool.
Also, friend of the show, Fourth Cut Productions, Chris Confortis. He's Mr. Content. Follow him on the socials as well. And Scranton Films, also on all the socials. They have their most recent film, Shadows of the Past, is doing really, really well on the festival circuits. And
It's also streaming.
it's streaming on Tubi, I think, as of yesterday. It's free on Tubi.
Oh, wow.
So Shadows of the Past, I'm actually in the background of one of those scenes.
Yay.
So you can check me out on Shadows of the Past and follow them on the socials to stay tuned for upcoming projects. I actually know of one that's in the works, and it sounds really cool. So stay tuned. Also stay tuned for the Dunmore Cemetery Tour. The Dearly Departed players are going to be back in the cemetery very soon to work on the tour this year. So come on out to the Dunmore Cemetery the first 2 Sundays in October. Tour starts at 2 p.m., I believe.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you both going to be in it this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know who else is going to be in it?
Who?
Metal Messiah, Jon Snow. Ooh.
Wow! Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Ooh. So come see Ooh Jon Snow in the Dunmore Cemetery Tour. First 2 Sundays in October, 2 p.m. That one is free, but we do take donations to help fund next year's tour. And I guess there's also this show called SHEQUELS.
Oh, that show?
I guess we got to talk about it because there's some boys out in the woods somewhere, and for just 25 cents a day, you can keep them in the woods. So please go to frequelspodcast.com. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram. You can find them on all the podcast apps. They have merch. You can buy merch. We can keep those boys in the woods for weeks if you just send us the money.
Oh my God. Where's
buy
my
some
phone?
merch.
Buying now.
Yes, please. Every follow is another 12 to 14 hours that those boys are stuck in the woods. Every t-shirt bought, we can get them stuck in the woods for up to 3 days at a time. So this is up to you, the listeners. You can find them on all the podcast apps. Go, follow, download, subscribe, all the things. If we all work together, they might never come back.
We have the power here.
As a community, we can do this. And stay up to date by following them on all of the feeds for future live show and trivia nights here at Three Jacks. So if they do unfortunately make it back, we can jump them.
Well, those are fun though. I will admit that much.
Yeah,
those
they
are
are
fun. They're a good time.
I think
Send
a
them emails
SHEQUELS
and
live
tell
show
them-
would be even better.
Yeah. Send them emails and tell them that you want more SHEQUELS episodes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
SHEQUELS.
SHEQUELS, yes. And that's all I got.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Well, before we end this, wrap it up, I just want to send a quick shout out to my cousins, Melissa, John, and the new baby that is quite possibly being born as we record. So, I just wanted to send my love and best wishes to them all. I love you guys so much. And then I also want to thank the listeners, without whom this show would probably suck. So thank you very much.
Don't thank those jerks.
No.
And
No,
by
'cause
that I
we-
mean
we
no
all-
thank you.
We all started as listeners, and we're the best part of this.
Absolutely, yes. And lastly, Elle and Maggie for being the best co-hosts and for always having a great time together. Thank you guys for joining me on this ride.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting this beautiful slumber party, Robin. We love you so much.
Yeah. Love you guys.
We should paint each other's nails. And then maybe play light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Oh my god.
I brought tarot cards. We could do some read-ins.
Perfect.
And I think there's a Ouija board behind the bar.
Yeah.
Can we get some gravy diggers while we're...
What phase
Doing
is
that
the moon
too.
in? Maybe we could summon a demon.
Oh, waxing something. Waxing...
Wax
Guinness?
on, wax off.
Wax.
Yeah.
Wax, yes.
Yes,
let's-
okay. Let's do this.
I don't know
Let's
about
do
you guys, but I'm
this.
feeling hungry.
Oh yeah.
Is it boy dinner?
Boy dinner. Nice. All right. Do we want to end
On
this
that
on sequels kind of thing?
Yeah,
Do we want to
let's
do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. Well,
Well, thanks again, guys, for listening to Sequels.